Hello everyone, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So in this video, I will cover a very popular topic which is ERC721. Basically, ERC721 standard is the is the idea behind the very popular topic of NFTs, which is very trending nowadays. So everywhere we have heard like this person earned this amount of money, this amount of Ethereum by selling his image or video. So that is the concept of NFT. And this ERC721 standard is the idea behind that NFT topic. So let's learn in this video what is ERC721 and how it is different from the fundamental of Ethereum, which is ERC20 tokens, right? Yeah, so in my last video, I have already covered a topic ERC20 tokens. So if you have not watched it yet, please go and watch it first before watching this NFT video. So before starting the actual ERC721 concept, consider subscribing my YouTube channel, Code with Anurag, to watch complete series of NFT. So in the coming videos, I will create a project using NFT concept. So I will create a front end, back end, and a ERC721 contract, and I will do the integration from end to end. So that would be a very basic project to start with the NFT creation. So let's deep dive into ERC721. What is the fundamental difference between ERC20 and 721? So the basic difference is you can create as many as tokens you want in ERC20, and all the tokens would be same and identical in nature. That means the value of each and every token would be same. So for example, let's take USDT ERC, that would be that is a ERC20 token. So if I have 10 USDT and you have 10 USDT, so we can exchange them with each other, and there will be no impact. The value of each USDT is same, right? So but the concept in ERC721 is completely different. So let's take an example of house. So let's say I have a house and you have a house. We cannot interchange these assets. So these are considered as ERC721 token. So ERC721 token could be a physical or digital assets which cannot be accessible, let's say exchangeable, and not identical to each other. So each and every 721 token would be unique. So that is the idea behind the NFT. So in this video, I will create a very simple 721 contract without any validation or like advanced level contract. So that you guys can understand the basics of this standard. So let's go to Remix editor. So I have already installed MetaMask in my Chrome browser, and this is already connected to my Remix editor. If you don't know how to do that, just watch my last video, which is regarding this concept. So let's go to contract tab and create a new file. ERC721 token.sr, right? I will use the 0.5.0 version. Okay, so contract ERC721. So in this standard, I will create some parameters, which would be some parameters are same as ERC20 and some are different. So first of all, let's create a variable string token name. That is not actual token name, it is the application name that you are creating, because all the tokens are different in nature. In this standard, there would be no name to any particular token, but let's define token name and symbol here. Okay, so in my example of house, let's say token name is house and symbol is I can say HU or whatever you want. Let's create some other variables. Mapping of U256 to address underscore owners. So what is this variable? This was not present in the ERC20. So this owner variable would actually save the address of a particular token. So the type of token or the ID of token would be number. So the type of is U256, and that would be mapped to address. So let's say I am the owner of let's say a token 101. Okay, so what would store in this variable? Underscore owner of 121 token is me, my address, right? Okay, all right. So let's create another variable. This is which is balance of, that was already present in the ERC22 address 2U256. So that would contain the number of tokens on a particular address. So I can have more than one NFT or more than one ERC721 token. So that this variable will store the count of these tokens, right? So that's it. Now create constructor. This will receive two variables. One is string memory token name and memory token symbol. So assign this variable to these global ones. Okay, so now write two methods to get them. One is function name, it would be public to return the string type, right? Return token name from here. Let's create another for symbol and return token symbol from here, not ID. Okay, now write two variables to access these ones, these owner and balances. So get owner, so I'll pass token ID as input parameter, U256 and token ID, it will be public view and it will return address, right? Address of this particular token ID. So this will return underscore owner token ID. You can put the validation whether the caller is owner of this token or not, so that is up to you. Other one is balances, some balances, and this will receive address of user. Public returns view, and this will return the count of tokens on a particular address 256 and returned underscore balances of this address. Okay, so these are the read-only methods to get the values of these variables, these global variables. Now one important method in this standard is mint. So to create a 21 token, so let's create mint function, mint, and this would be receive some parameters, right? Let's first one is token ID. Okay, underscore and token ID, that's it, and it would return nothing. So what we need to do is we need to create this token and save the data into the caller, which the user is whoever is calling this mint function. So let's assign this token ID to the message.sender. So what we need to do is we need to modify owner variable and we need to put message, not message here, we need to put token ID here. The owner of this token would be message.sender. Now here you can put the validation like this token ID shouldn't exist earlier. So that validation we can put here in the first line. So we have already modified the owner variable. Now we need to modify balances. So balances of message dot sender needs to be increased by 1. Okay, so these are the two required statement for this function. Now we can put two validations here, like token ID shouldn't exist, and another one is message dot sender. That is fine, we need just one validation here. Okay, so that's it for main function. And now we need to create another function which is transfer. This was already present in the ERC27 sorry, ERC20 token. This is very confusing, 721 and ERC20. So in the transfer function we need an address to whom we are transferring our token, and second one is token ID. This is the basic of this 20 ERC721 token ID. So that is the only thing which differentiate this standard from ERC20, because if we were transferring token in ERC20 contract, we don't need any token ID because all the tokens are identical at that place. Okay, so here what we need to make the owner of this token ID 2_2, and we need to increase the balance of 2 + 1, and we need to decrease the balance of caller of this function, which is message dot sender to -1. Here we can put some validations like _2 shouldn't be the owner of this token earlier, right? And another one is 2 should be a valid address, and another one is token ID should exist. This should already present in the owners variable. So these three validation we can put here. Now let's try to compile it. Select the same compiler version 0.5.0. Yeah, compile. It is showing some okay. I am not at public anywhere. Visibility is mandatory in each function. Public. Okay. This is honors. So this is token ID. Constructed would always be public. Yeah, that is fine now. Okay, so let's go and deploy this. Just select injected web3. It is not changing. Why? Let's try to refresh this page. Contract 721, compile. Okay, deployment injected web3. Yeah, this is done now. Okay, so I need to pass like token name house HUE transact, sign the transaction. This would take few seconds. So our contract is deployed at Robster network, and this is visible here. Let's call some functions. Let's try to get the name. It is returning house. Get the symbol. It is returning HUE. This is working fine. Now try to mint a token on my address. Okay, copy it from here. And okay, this is minting. Okay, fine. So let's try to mint 121 token ID. Okay. Transact, sign the transaction. Again, this would take few seconds. Yeah, this is done. So 121 token is minted on our to my account. So let's try to get the owner of 121. It is returning my address. So whenever I call this, it will return my address, right? Let's check the balance of it. This address B7, it is returning 1 because 1 token is minted on the address. Okay. Now I can transfer this token to another address too by using 2 and token ID. So let's check the amount of tokens on my address. Okay, let's try to import these assets. Import token. So it is returning HOV. Decimals are 0. Add custom token. The balance should be 1. It is not showing anything here. 0V. So I guess I have some variable name issue in my contract. So that would be fine. That is no issue. So the main idea behind this video is to understand the topic of NFT and the basic of this contract. So in the next video, I will use this contract code and will modify it to some extent so that we can use it to create our project of NFT. So I will use some modified contract on my front end and will integrate the backend part too so that we can create an end-to-end and complete application. So if you guys like this video, just comment some words of appreciation for me so that that would act as a source of motivation. And if you haven't liked something in my video, so just comment the feedback down there so that I can improve those things. And so let's catch up in the next video to cover the NFT series. Till then, take care. Bye bye.